Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 unusual kids you have to see to believe. There are millions of kids in the world. Some have hilariously funny things that make them unique, or have a special talent or skill, while others have bizarre diseases and defects. But it's safe to say that these 10 kids are the most amazing and unusual. So be sure to like the video and subscribe, and comment I subscribed and I'll try to reply. Coming in at number 10, we have Isabel Kaplan. We all know that when babies are born, they have no hair, but Isabel Kaplan from Oregon is an exception to this. She was born with the hair of a news anchor. She was a C-section baby and was born 2 weeks late, so when she was born, her father David didn't even think about her hair. However, shortly after the couple posted a photo of their baby on Facebook to show their family and friends, as you can imagine, all their family and friends cared about was Isabel's insane head of hair, with a few friends actually thinking that it was a wig or their baby girl was a boy. The image was then posted onto Reddit, where it gained millions of views and made Isabel famous. Despite some memes comparing her to celebrities and movie characters, her parents said they were proud of her for getting all of the attention. I just wish my hair was that good. Next up, we have Jackson Strong. In 2014, a boy named Jackson Strong was born, and usually when your child is born, you think about the long life they have ahead of them. However, Jackson was born with half of his brain and skull missing. Jackson suffers from microhydranopathy, which is a severe underdevelopment disease, which even has ties to the Zika virus. Doctors and his parents believed that he would die shortly after he was born, but a year later, Jackson turned 1, and was dubbed Miracle Baby as doctors didn't expect for him to live more than a few days, and it looks like his name Jackson Strong matches his character, as his mother Brittany claims his strength enabled him to survive. And if that's not amazing enough, he's now 2 years old going on 3, and it's now expected that he will live a happy, normal life. Next up, we have Connie Lloyd. In 2011, a British girl named Connie Lloyd was born with a big red nose. This was because of a benign tumor that grew to cover her nose and could not be cured without amputating her nose. Many compared her red nose to a clown nose. However, there was nothing funny about this, as she suffered name calling and teasing as a result of her nose. She tried an experimental drug called propranolol to no avail. However, in 2008, there was a breakthrough, and her parents finally found Dr. Ian Hutchinson, who specializes in facial disfigurements. He operated on Connie, and within a month, her nose was back to normal. Amazingly, the skin underneath her nose was still there, and she had the growth removed, leaving only a small scar. And now many people compare her nose to her mother's, rather than a clown's nose. Next up is Pan Zhonghang. This 12-year-old Chinese boy suffers from a disease called ichthyosis. It's a skin disease which causes your skin to develop scales as it dries out so fast. Currently, the disease is potentially life-threatening, and Zhonghang's skin has led people rather unkindly nicknaming him Fish Boy. There have been about 500 cases of people with ichthyosis as severe as Zhonghang's, but apparently he is the worst case ever recorded. His skin makes it very hard for him to live a normal life, as he is in constant pain and constantly overheats due to lack of moisture in his skin. He also has trouble sleeping, as every time he moves in bed, his skin gets irritated. I just hope that doctors find a cure for this soon, because right now, ichthyosis is incurable. Next up is Lali Singh. This may look like two babies, but no. This is Lali Singh, who was born in a rural village in India in 2008. She suffers from a condition called craniofacial, which is where a person's facial features are duplicated, creating a mirror effect. And what's odd is that all of her facial features function normally, so she has 4 eyes, 2 noses, and 2 mouths. The one thing that is the correct amount on Singh's face is her ears, as ears are not affected by craniofacial. And while you're probably feeling sorry for Singh and her family for having this condition, her parents are actually happy and believe she's a special gift sent to them, and her village agrees and worships her, as she is supposedly a sign of a Hindu god with 2 faces. Next up is Tessa Evans. All of our bodies are unique, but 2-year-old Tessa Evans from Ireland is unique in a very special way. She is the only person ever to be born without a nose. When she was born, doctors were stunned, as the place her nose should be was smoothed out and nothing was there. She instead had to have a nasal implant fitted to allow her to breathe from somewhere other than her mouth. However, hope may not be totally lost for Evans, as pioneers in biotechnology are now looking at replacing her nose. They propose using a 3D printer to create an exact copy of what her nose should look like and attaching it to her face. Right now, she uses a nasal implant which is fitted behind her hairline so it doesn't leave a scar, which means she can now cough and sneeze despite not having a nose. Luckily though, her mother says her disability hasn't got in the way of her life, and she's just like any other little girl. Next up is Hyeom-young Shin. If I showed you this image, you'd probably assume the person in it is around 10 to 12 years old. Well, what if I told you that this man is 26? Despite having the looks and voice of a 10-year-old, Hyeom-young Shin from South Korea actually suffers from a rare condition called Highlander syndrome, which prevents him from aging and has effectively ground his aging to a complete halt. Oddly enough, he enjoys quite mature activities, such as nightclubs, dancing, and drinking. However, he's often questioned when he shows his ID that says he was born in 1989. He says he doesn't mind having a baby face and voice, and that his ambition is to one day meet Hollywood actress Scarlett Johansson. And finally on this list, we have Richard Sandrak. It can take adults years of hard work and determination to get a six-pack, which is why a lot of people will probably be a bit angry when I tell you that this boy had a six-pack at the age of 8 years old. While most of us were probably playing video games or eating cereal straight from the box at 8 years old, Richard Sandrak from Ukraine spent his time working on his physique in the gym. He gained fame in America after featuring in the documentary The World's Strongest Boy, and was dubbed Little Hercules by the media. Following that, he even had a Hollywood movie made about him in 2009 called Little Hercules in 3D. Despite being incredibly talented at bodybuilding and martial arts, Richard says his dream is to become a NASA engineer. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you guys can vote for the most unusual kid. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.